Hello everyone, Rebecca here. Welcome to my little corner of YouTube. You are very welcome. Here in my small sewing space in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, Australia, I like to create my own garments and have a little bit of a chat about them. I recently made the Summer Vibes dress by Carme Apparel and really loved it, and I am enjoying wearing it. So after that, I went down a little rabbit hole of boho style dresses. If you're interested in some of the patterns that I found and I'm going to share with you today, keep watching. In my little bit of research and pattern searching, it says that a boho dress, obviously short for bohemian, is a free-spirited flowing garment inspired by 1960s and 1970s hippie culture and artistic and nomadic lifestyles. I will say that some of the influences on those 60s and 70s things began way before that, and the first pattern I'll share reflects cultures and a real history before the 60s and 70s. So some of the key features of a boho dress are a long flowy maxi, midi length, a long flowy maxi or a midi length, a relaxed smock dress. It doesn't always have to be that, but it often is. Fabrics are often natural and breathable, like cotton, linen, silk and lace. Some of the details, we have embellished beading, embroidery, tassels, tiered layers and ruffles to create texture. They're designed to be comfortable and versatile, often paired with boots, sandals or layered. So all the patterns I'm going to share with you today touch on one or more of those features, some definitely more than others, and some are a more modern take on a boho dress. If I do mention one that you think is a really great recommendation and a good staple, please put it in the comments below so we can all benefit from your wisdom. However, there were lots and lots of dresses that fit the bill, and I had to narrow it down to what I thought were the best out there, and also what I thought gave a bit of a variety so they all weren't the same recommendations. My first recommendation is from Folkwear Patterns, and it's called the Old Mexico dress. This comes in sizes extra small to 3XL. Some of the features of this dress date back to 16th century Spanish colonial style, and it's survived all through the ages up to now. You might know this style better in a blouse form. The dress form became more well known and used during the 60s and 70s. So this traditional garment was and still is colourful, practical and comfortable. Folkwear Patterns also have a wonderful embroidery pattern to go with this style of garment if you were really interested in embellishing it up. My next recommendation, dress number 2, is called the Imby Dress, and this is from the same pattern company that I had success with my boho style dress, the Summer Vibes dress, Carme Apparel. So this is a summer dress to throw on with sandals or over swimmers. It's relaxed, romantic, it's a good staple for every occasion. So this has got the puffy sort of embellishment sleeves. It's a high neck with tassels. You can either leave it open or do it up, and it does have the tiered layers. Obviously you could leave off the bottom layer if you wanted it shorter. I really wanted to include a couple of patterns that were really size inclusive. So I have here the Huon shirt and dress by Muna and Broad. This is a modern take on the 19th century French artist smock and features some really nice details. View A is a hip length shirt and view B is a knee length dress. Both views feature a drop shoulder, hidden button placket and generous gathers at the neckline and back yoke. It has a band collar and cuffs. The next boho dress recommendation has lots of traditional features, but it has a lot of variety to it. So I think you could get a lot of different dresses from this one pattern. This is the Ibi Dress by Pauline Alice Patterns. This is a romantic maxi dress with gathered tiers and a loose shape, raglan sleeves and inseam pockets, asymmetrical hems slightly shorter on the front. I'm just going to put up some pictures of some of the different variations on the pattern that you could do, and you can get some inspo from the pictures. It's easier than me describing it. I've got a really well-known oldie but goodie one up next, and that is the Wilder Gown by Friday Pattern Company. This is much loved by many people in the independent pattern company world. The Wilder Gown is a raglan sleeve, dress or top that is pulled in and tied at the neckline. It can be made as a long two-tiered dress, a single tier short dress or a top. Okay, so we've got the gathering, the tie, which is a little embellishment, and the relaxed fit and the tiered layers to bring it into that boho category. The next pattern recommendation looks quite similar on first glance, but actually has quite a different shape at the top. This is the ZW Tier Dress by Birgitta Helmersson. So this pattern has a yoke piece that comes up above the breasts and then falls from there into some tiers, or make it shorter and don't include the large bottom tier. It's kind of square or rectangular across the top. You can have it sleeveless, or you could add sleeves to it as well. So if you're into zero waist patterns, you would know that Birgitta Helmersson produces zero waist patterns, and this could be a great option for you. The next great option for a boho dress has a really different cut to it than the ones we've seen so far, and it is a dress by Silver Saga Patterns. The Ella dress is a flowing romantic maxi dress with a classic or adjustable neckline. It has more of a close fitting silhouette up the top and to the waistline, and then flows out from there. It has 3 sleeve options, a flutter, a puff or a full length sleeve, and you could definitely style it up with the fabric that you use and wear it for a special occasion. My next pick is very, very loose and easy flowing, but it has the addition of a really special sleeve, and this is the Seraya Robe by Nina Lee. It's a super simple sew you can whip up in a couple of hours, and it really is good for loungewear, but I think if you chose a special fabric, it could look very special to wear out as well. I'm pretty sure my mum used to have one of these dresses in the 70s. It was brown with like orange motifs over it. You can make the Seraya robe in 2 lengths, a thigh skimming short or an ankle skimming long length. And I chose this to go into the boho category because it is just simply so flowing and easy to wear and comfortable. My next boho dress recommendation is a bit of a traditional one, but has a great size range from 0 to 30, and this is the March Dress and Top by Helen's Closet. I have this one sitting on my shelf, but I have not made it up yet, but I think it would be really nice and comfortable. So the March top and dress is a fun retro style pattern featuring voluminous sleeves in 2 lengths and a gathered skirt. The next dress is from So Liberated, and I think this is a great layering piece. It's really flowing and looks very comfortable. I've not yet made it, but I think it would be great for summer, but also as a great layering piece during many other seasons. And this is the Petrichor Pinafore. So we've got a very high or small yoke up the top, some really nice chunky straps, and then there's a little bit of gather and it just flows from there. There's lots of ways you could style it, but it does look very comfortable and versatile. The next 2 patterns I have for you are kind of variations on things I've already shown you, but they do have some small differences, and they're from small independent pattern companies that you may be interested in looking at if you've not heard of them before. The first one is the Dolly Dress by Small Museum. This is a really simple make, just like a neckband up the top that opens into a V-neck. It's got a frill on as a sleeve, like a large frill as a sleeve, and then it falls from there. You can make the dress as long or short as you like, and you can add an extra frill down the bottom if you like that sort of embellishment. The next recommendation is kind of a cross between a shirt dress and the wilder gown, and this is called the Sophie top or dress by Hubbarding. The Sophie can be made either as a top or a dress. Both options have a gathered neckline that ties up into a bow at the front, raglan sleeves. You can gather it at the cuff if you wish, or of course you can shorten the sleeve, and that's a nice little embellishment. And then we have the button placket, and it just flows from there. I really like the black dress. That is the inspiration on the website. The next recommendation is another oldie but a goodie. It is the Vali Dress by Pattern Fantastic. This has just such wonderful voluminous sleeves that are so statement. We have a little tie up the top, and the yoke comes across on the bust and then just falls in a really lovely comfortable manner from there, with a slightly curved hem at the bottom, which makes it a little bit different from some other dresses. I'm sure you've seen many people out there wearing or making the Vali dress. If you're not sure, you can always look up on Instagram, hashtag Vali dress, hashtag wilder gown or something, to get some inspo to see what fabrics other people have used, what other kind of body shapes have put it together, how it hangs on them. I always find that very helpful as well. My next boho dress recommendation has wonderful full puffy sleeves, and then it has really full layers that are put together at an angle. It's high-low. And this is the Billow Frock from Lydia Naomi. My last pattern recommendation is really simple to the March dress, but if you make it in the dress form, it's different because it actually has a dropped waist, which I've seen lots of people are enjoying at the moment. So this is a true bias dress. It is the Roscoe Blouse and Dress. The Roscoe Blouse and Dress is an oversized garment with a gathered neckline and raglan sleeves. The front is finished with a center slit and neck ties. The sleeves are designed to hit a few inches above the wrist. View A is a blouse, view B is a mini dress or tunic, and view C hits mid-calf. Views B and C have a large ruffle at the bottom. If you are wondering what I'm wearing today, this is the Summer Tulip Top by Wardrobe by Me, and I've made it in a really lovely soft cotton, which is a vintage fabric I picked up from like an op shop. I hope you enjoyed those boho dress options. I'm sure there are many more out there. As I said, if you've got a tried and true that you think is really fantastic, pop it in the comments. I didn't get to the big four today, and I know they will have quite a few options for boho dresses there as well. Thanks for being on board today. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like some more, give a subscribe. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying your makes, whether you're wearing them, making them, or planning them. Take care and bye for now.